So all right, cool. So let's introduce who FBG Duck is for a second, right? Because you guys don't know who he is. So okay, so you guys should be able to see this here. Okay, let me make sure the chat is good here. I think I'm doing better with this sharing of the screen stuff. Okay, so this is him, guys. FBG Duck, also known as Big Clout and number 3, a famous rapper and gangster disciple from the set STL EBT. He is the brother of Shell the Don, Day Day, and Brick from STL EBT. And Brick is his blood brother, guys. He was actually killed as well. And he's the cousin of Scrap from MOB, Kobe Mack from Taekwondo World, Raheem from THF46, Lil Mike, and Ruga from MOB. And Ruga, if you guys don't know, has the hit song out right now. They let the GDs in, okay? And we're gonna talk a little bit about Ruga as well. He has a little part of this breakdown I'm gonna give y'all. Then he was signed to Columbia Records. He's deceased. He got a $2 million deal, guys. And he got the $2 million deal after this song right here. Let me show you guys some of his breakout hits, actually. Where is it? Okay. So I'm going to show you guys right now some of his hits that put him on the map. So you guys kind of have a better idea of who this guy is. And honestly, I like his music, man. He makes good music. So we got boom, this right here. Slide, okay. Okay. And I ain't gonna make the same mistake. I'm gonna make sure this joint is muted. Okay. And this song right here basically is taunting his ops to come in and slide on him. And for you guys that don't know, slide and, say, hey, you're going to slide, like we're going to go do a hit. You know what I'm saying? So let me make sure this thing is muted fully. All right. As you guys can see, a lot of guns. All right. Here's Duck right here. Hopping around in the music video with the homeboys, right? Pulls out a gun out of the stove. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, it's a gangster party. You cannot get in. Yeah. So and this guy right here, this is someone also you guys want to know. His name is Wooski. Okay, and he's probably he probably wrote. He probably came out with the most disrespectful song I've ever heard. But we will talk about that a little bit later. But yeah, so this song right here is what got him discovered, guys. Okay, this came out in 2018, and yeah, so. Here he is with all his people, right? Tukaville, you know what I'm saying? Guns on the counter, etc. This is Chicago, guys. Welcome to Chirac, all right? So yeah, so this is this breakout hit right here got him pretty much discovered and got him, signed to a $2 million deal. FBG Duck, guys, is by far the biggest gangster disciple rapper in Chicago, which obviously comes with pluses and negatives. Obviously, big clout, right? As you would say. But as well had a big bounty on his head, okay? And he has quite the feud with King Von, Dirk, and the whole Old Block squad. But so you guys can fully understand this. So Old Block are black disciples, okay? And, Tukaville, STL, EBG, these guys are all gangster disciples, okay? So we're going to go, as usual, we're going to go into memory lane, and we're going to talk about the two gangs so you guys kind of understand what it is, all right? So they're both out of Chicago. So we're going to break down the Gangster Disciples first, right? AKA the GDs. We've talked about the GDs before on this show. But GDs, right? AKA throw the rakes, right? So when people do this gang sign right here, right? That's throwing the rakes up, right? The Gangster Disciples are an African American street and prison gang which was formed in the South Side of Chicago in the late 1960s by Larry Hoover, leader of the Supreme Gangsters, and David Barksdale, leader of the Black Disciples. The two groups united to form the Black Gangster Disciple BGDN, basically the Black Gangster Disciple Nation. The BGDN divided into different factions known today as the Gangster Disciples and the Black Disciples. Today, the two gangs are bitter rivals. Okay, and Larry Hoover, for you guys that don't know, is the pretty much the leader of the GDs. Kanye tried to get him out of jail, and Drake, I think they did a concert for him actually recently, and he's actually housed right now at the worst federal prison in the United States in Florence, Colorado, sentenced to 150 to 200 years for a 1973 murder. And in 1997, he got a life sentence. And I think while he was in prison, the feds did another case on him as well. But But the GDs were established on the south side of Chicago in 1969. Lee Hoover was the leader of his own gang called the Supreme Gangsters, while David Barksdale was leader of his own gang called the Devil Disciples. They later united the two gangs in 1969 and called themselves the Black Gangster Disciples. The Gangster Disciples are active in 110 cities and in 31 states, predominantly in the Midwestern and Southeastern United States, and also maintain a significant presence in the U.S. prison system. The gang has between approximately 50,000 to 90,000 members. Huge. The Gangster Disciples first emerged in significant numbers in Memphis, Tennessee in the 1980s, the first modern street gang to do so. In January 2021, 7 alleged members of the Gangster Disciples, including national state leaders of the gang, were indicted on charges of racketeering murder and in aid of racketeering attempted murder, in aid of racketeering and weapons charges. Okay. Okay. So this looks like it's something new. But yeah, in general, guys, so that's kind of that's the GDs, right? So let's stop sharing that one and let's go over now to the BDs, okay? So they started out together and they split apart, right? Let's see here. Okay, Black Disciples. Got a lot of tabs open, guys. All right, Black Disciples, often abbreviated as BDN. BDN the third, or BDs, is a large street gang based in Chicago, Illinois, which received significant news coverage after the murder of one of their own members, an 11-year-old Robert Sandifer. And then in 1958, a group of young teenagers from Hyde Park, Inglewood, and Kenwood came together as friends to create an alliance to combat their enemies. The founders, Richard Strong, David Barksdale, Mingo Shred, Prince Old Timer, Kilroy, Leonard Longstreet, Nightwalker, and others, named their new organization Devil's Disciples. By the beginning of 1961, David Barksdale, also known as King David, took sole leadership of the Devil's Disciples and appointed different members to oversee various areas within the neighborhood. Barksdale's goal was to claim small gangs around the area and turn them into factions of the Disciples in 1966 in order to help increase recruitment and counteract threats from other gangs. David Barksdale created the Black Disciples Nation, which helped boost recruitment numbers into the thousands. Okay, so similar to the Bloods and Crips, you're basically aligning to deal with poverty. Obviously, this is the 60s, so this was during the Civil Rights era. So yeah, African Americans banding together, right? So let me close these tabs so I don't lose that. So now we got a little bit of an idea of how the gang started. Okay, so now we know Duck is a GD. Okay, and then O Block are all basically BDs. Now, are there GDs in O Block? For sure, but just for purposes of and we talked about this with Breezy, actually. Shout out to 600 Breezy. Are there GDs in O Block? Yes, but for the most part, just to make things nice and simple, because there's BDs also on the Tukaville side. But to make things simple, predominantly GDs and BDs. Okay, is the issues here. Those are the sets that are beefing with each other.